What is going on, everybody? Chris Kennedy here, coming at you with another college football related video. And this time I'm going to talk about the hire that the UCF Knights just made. But before I do that, go ahead and please like and subscribe to my video. I love talking college football, could really talk it all day, and any type of support you could give me would be greatly appreciated. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the UCF hires Gus Malzahn. Gus Malzahn, the former Auburn Tigers head coach, spent 7 years down in Auburn and really had a lot of success. I mean, his first year there, he took Auburn all the way to the national championship. They came, just a few seconds away from beating Florida State. Everybody remembers the magical season, a lot of big games, a lot of excitement if you were an Auburn fan. You got the Georgia game, you had the kick six game, you had the national championship game. So, everybody felt really great about Gus Malzahn, and that was definitely the highlight. Now, in 2017, they almost got back. They beat Alabama yet again and really came close to getting in the college football playoff, but got blown out in the SEC championship game. And since that point, really, I think Auburn has just been looking for a way to get out of things with Gus Malzahn, and after this year, it was the perfect opportunity for him, and I think it was probably the best move for both of them. I think Gus Malzahn was, probably having a hard time dealing with the pressure. I mean, it can't be easy when half of your fan base doesn't want you there. You're already recruiting against the best school in the country that happens to be in your own state in the toughest conference. So that's an uphill battle regardless. And, people just expected more from him at Auburn. And he's let go, and UCF looking for a new coach after Danny White, the athletic director, leaves, goes to Tennessee, then snags their head coach, Josh Heupel. They go ahead and say, hey, Gus, come on down to UCF. And if you listen to the press conference today, UCF and Gus Malzahn pretty excited about this hire. I will say this. I think this is an absolute home run hire for both UCF and just a great fit for Gus Malzahn. He's in a place where the pressure is not going to be near what it was at Auburn. He's in a recruiting goldmine. UCF is no stranger to recognition. I mean, they have a claimed national championship in 2017 after going undefeated. People are familiar with the success that UCF has had. Same goes with these high school kids. They know what UCF is capable of, and they also know what Gus Malzahn has accomplished. So that's a recruiting piece that he can use and put in the toolbox, and I think really use it to maybe get some kids to stay home in Florida and get this UCF thing going. Now, a couple of things that he said that really stood out to me was he felt this was a top 20 school in college football. And I think a lot of people would probably laugh that off because you think of all these blue blood programs, but this is what I'll say about that. There was a time where the Miami Hurricanes in the late 70s, early 80s, they were not considered a great program. Howard Schnellenberger comes in, then Jimmy Johnson comes after him, and they're a beast in the 80s. They win a ton of national championships in the 80s. They win one in the 90s. They get their last one in 2001. So it just took the right guy to figure things out down in Miami before they were great. There was a time where Bear Bryant was famously quoted as saying, hey, all of us SEC coaches are really just hoping they don't figure things out down in Gainesville, Florida, because then it's going to be the end of it for all of us. And what he meant by that was it's a recruiting goldmine down in the state of Florida, and the Florida Gators are right there in the middle of it. Well, you bring in Steve Spurrier, and look what happens at Florida. Florida's great. They've won 3 national titles. They are considered a powerhouse program. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it will happen, but it's very much possible that UCF could follow those same trends. I mean, it's very much possible because they've had success And you have all the people that you need down there to build a good program. He said he's going to recruit the state of Florida like his hair's on fire. He's going to focus on the South, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, because he already knows those areas because of his time at Auburn. So he already has connections too. So these are all things that are going to help Gus Malzahn down at UCF. The other thing that he mentioned that I thought was really interesting was the fact that they want to play for national championships. And the way they do that is by scheduling top 10 teams and beating them. For every G5 school out there who wants to include themselves in the college football playoff, you really need to take note of that, because that's how you do it. There's a path for G5 schools to get to the college football playoff. It's just more difficult than the path they go through now. Your out-of-conference schedule needs to be brutal, because typically your in-conference schedule just doesn't compare to in-conference schedules of Power 5 schools. And the committee on the college football playoff, they take note of that. They know that. They're not stupid. So if you want to get in the college football playoff, you got to schedule big-name schools. Gus Malzahn said, hey, let's do it. I'll play these guys in a parking lot if they want. I don't care. It doesn't have to be at home and home series, but he's really excited about this UCF opportunity. And like I said, I think it's just a great fit. I really do. He's in a place where he can get talent, a place that's already had success. The pressures are not there. And UCF, I mean, they're getting a big name coach who is a proven winner. I mean, he really is. So that's just my thoughts on it. Not saying that I'm right, but that's how I feel. I think it's going to turn out well for Gus Malzahn. And he knows that conference. You know, there are some good teams in that conference. So, you know, playing teams like Cincinnati, playing teams like Tulsa, that's going to even further your chances of getting recognized. But I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Do you think this is a good hire for UCF? Do you think Gus Malzahn will work out at UCF? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll talk to you later.